Hi everyone, and welcome back to another TNL overview video. Today I am talking about the newly updated Canvas student suites that are available for you here in the fall of 2022 and going forward. So I spent quite a bit of this summer really working on updating the student suites. I did a lot of updates and tried to bring in as many people as possible who could possibly comment on the student suites. And to that end, I just wanted to mention that I recently set up some time back a new Slack channel. And if you know Slack, it's a way to collaborate in an online format where you could set up threads or hashtags that kind of mimic Twitter and some of the other social media sites out there. So what I did specifically over the summer on the LTCC Teaching and Learning Slack site was reach out to a number of people across campus, Office of Instruction, Human Resources, all the various directors of key positions like DE Education, Promise, Student Life, DEI, the DEI task force, talking about the land acknowledgement, and really tried to focus on collaborative ways that I could reach out to everybody and say, do you like what I have set up, and do you have any new information that I need to change? So just want to emphasize that I always try to reach out and collaborate with the key players on campus because I don't know what the current policy might be for a particular issue or context on campus. I also don't necessarily know all the new clubs happening, say, in student life, so I have to make sure that the information I have is current. As much as possible, I try to use the information from the ltcc.edu website just so I know I have the most current information. So as an example, just of using Slack, I worked with a group of people on campus and said, could you let me know about the land acknowledgement? And so there was kind of a process that went through a number of different task force and key individuals on campus. And then we were able to come up with a new version of it. And then I went in and updated the student suites to make sure that they had the most current version. And to find the student suites, you're going to go to Canvas Commons. And this is the open online repository that has all the various free things you can bring into your classes. So just click on your navigation bar here in Canvas and click on Commons. By the way, if you have previously used these student suites in your classes, there are two, the policies and resources. When you log on to Canvas this summer or in the fall, getting your class ready, you're going to see that there are some updates available for you. You can view the update notes and then very easily update to the current version. It just does it really automatically for you. So any questions about that, reach out and I can help you do the updates. So two of these that you'll find would be the policies and the resources. So the policies have everything from the land acknowledgement policy, what happens when the college closes, preferred pronouns, diversity policies, class deadlines, academic dishonesty, plagiarism, student behavior. Again, a lot of these are taken directly either from our student catalog or the ltcc.edu website. It's important that we have the most consistent versions as possible so that students are confused when they go from one class to another. That being said, in your own class, you may differ in terms of how you approach plagiarism and academic dishonesty. So even though you have the official policy, how you act on that policy is going to depend obviously with your own approach to pedagogy and teaching. So just make sure that you adapt anything that you maybe don't want. You can take that out. It's very easy to do this. So you're going to get two modules when you import both of these in your classes. And I definitely would recommend that you import both of these. Again, you'll see here, it'll tell me the classes in which I've used anything from Commons, and then I can easily show those courses and do the updates. So the first one here, the student policies or class policies, you'll see there are a series of pages and files. The files will be mainly things like a PDF policy or something like a land acknowledgement. And this is looking a little wonky just because of how I have my screen set up. But you're going to see these available and then it imports everything for you. You don't have to download these separately. If you want to review anything, just go to the particular page that you're interested in, like preferred pronouns, and just take a look at these and see exactly what's there. Again, you'll see it looks compressed here, but it's just because of my screen and the format I have going on right now. Okay, so we can go back to the search. If you have trouble finding these should show up because they're featured in the LTCC Canvas Commons. You can always type in LTCC. Once you do that, these will also appear here. You might have to scroll down a little bit until you find them here in the various places. But for me at least, these appear immediately when I go into Canvas Commons. So again, those are the class policies. And then you also will see, let me just jump back to Commons one more time, you'll see student resources. And student resources would be like student clubs, will be things like our equity program, LGBTQIA+ student support, counseling, the food pantry. And by the way, if things change over time, I was driving in the campus and I saw it referred to it as Basic Needs Center. If there are changes that happen, then I will go and update these, and then you can update in your classes. I will make my best effort to do updates every quarter so that you have some assurance that these are the most current versions prior to, say, fall, winter, spring, and summer quarters. So again, you can go in, check these out, see what is available, and then do the imports. So to do the imports, you can do copy resource link if you want to share this with someone, but the easiest thing to do is click on import or download. I don't recommend the download because you're just going to import that directly into your class. All you do is simply choose the class that you want to go in, like culture anthropology. I'm not going to do it, and then click import into class. And that's it, and it's done for you. And then what you'll see is when you go to your class, say on your Canvas dashboard, you will discover anytime you import a module, in this case 2 modules, into your class, it always puts the newest thing at the bottom. So to find these, scroll all the way to the bottom of your class, and then you'll see them available here. You can always minimize or maximize what you see, but these are the student resources, and then you have the class policies. So again, if you don't need particular items, if you don't need a content warning, look how easy this is to adapt. Unpublish it, and it's grayed out. You want to republish it, hit it, and it's green. So very easy to do this. Any of these items you don't want, you could simply delete them, you can unpublish them, and then you're good to go. What I recommend then is just make mention of the class policies and the student resources somewhere in your syllabus. You could put them at the beginning, and you could do a short description. You can add your own header. You can change and add a page here that describes why these exist and why the student should know about them. So super easy to use. I really encourage you to use these in your classes. As of this video, I believe we've had over 100 unique downloads into various classes. You can see here pretty close to that. 95 downloads currently, and this one I just saw recently some new people had downloaded here in the summer. So I'm excited to see that you find these are useful for your classes. If you ever have any suggestions, reach out and I'll be very happy to meet with you or take your ideas and advice into doing the next version of the LTCC Canvas Student Suites. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back with future TNL videos.